Good evening, everybody. We're wrapping up a difficult week in Buffalo and specifically the city school district following the shooting and stabbing a couple of days ago at McKinley High School. A 17-year-old faces criminal charges and a search is underway to find this other suspect. Crime Stoppers sharing these images and offering a $5,000 reward tonight. Overnight, that teenage suspect was arraigned and remains in custody. Today, Erie County District Attorney John Flynn went off on New York State's raise the age law, which he says is why the teen is being charged as an adolescent offender. 2 on Your Side's Ron Plants starts our coverage this half hour.
Here at the East Ferry Detention Center in Buffalo, the unnamed 17-year-old McKinley High School student being held with his arrest in connection with the 10-time stabbing of the 14-year-old student. Erie County DA John Flynn, obviously frustrated with the rate of very violent crime and very young suspects, agrees with contributing factors of pent-up pandemic anger and availability of weapons. But also,
I'm going to add to the list the new raise the age law.
That state law, taking effect in 2018 under Governor Cuomo, officially raised the age of criminal responsibility to age 18 and created a subcategory of adolescent offenders for 16 to 17-year-olds charged with a felony-level crime, while further protecting other young suspects charged with lesser crimes. Flynn says he'll prosecute to the full extent in the youth court division, but has other concerns and is looking for a review and possible tweaks in the law.
It is no coincidence that we have seen a spike in violence, a spike in particularly gun violence in the past 2 years when the numerous criminal justice reforms were passed and came into effect. The 15, 16, 17-year-old who is shooting up our streets, who is getting caught with guns, who is committing assault and other violent crimes, my love now is going to turn to tough love. We need to have some accountability here. And if my dear friends in Albany aren't going to dish out more discipline, well, that's why you have me as district attorney. I guess I'll do it.
He specifically says raise the age.
He also said that there were things like, the pandemic causing it and increasing gun violence, which we absolutely need to talk about the increasing gun violence, and that's the problem as well. But he didn't say raise the age is preventing me from holding this individual accountable.
And the raise the age legislation, I think, needs to be reviewed. And when it comes to violent crimes and violent acts, we should consider doing some deep dive on that and potentially reforming it to include adolescent offenders.
And Ron joins us live now. Ron, we've also heard talk about the need for changes to bail reform from other prosecutors, also law enforcement, some Republican lawmakers. What is Flynn saying about that, and does he think that that debate is relevant to this case here?
Well, Michael, to some degree, Flynn says he doesn't want to see a younger person just thrown in jail for a lesser crime, excuse me, like in the past now, marijuana possession, that's legalized, of course, or maybe trespassing for finding a place to sleep as a homeless teen. But again, on points like gun possession, where there is no violent act with it, a teenager could be kicked loose with perhaps no other stronger consequences. Some in law enforcement contend leniency encourages disrespect and no fear of criminal justice consequences on the part of some of these very young offenders, Mike.
All right, more to come on this debate for sure. Ron Plants live in our newsroom tonight. Ron, thank you.